The most strategic move in the world regarding the armed forces, a territorial movement, happened just a few hours ago. The United States attack on Venezuela triggers an impressive situation. Trump reporter, Trump administration attacking Venezuela, United States attacking Venezuela, Maduro captured by American forces. Let me bring some details here. And we can't avoid talking about this because it's something that involves the entire international political scene. The United States of America successfully carried out a large-scale attack against Venezuela and its leader, President Nicolas Maduro, who was captured and taken out of the country along with his wife. This is being widely celebrated by Americans and by many people all over the world. The operation was carried out in conjunction with the United States police authorities. Obviously, there are a lot of people against it. Like in any political situation, there are two sides. But this capture of Nicolas Maduro is emblematic. It's spectacular, incredibly emblematic. And there's a strategic factor that I'll talk to you about, which is impressive. We're going to have a press conference in a little while. And then we can draw a conclusion here. Interesting. Look, we know that the United States was waiting for the right moment to attack Iran. Now, also securing the issue of Venezuelan oil, we know that everything has to do with power and all that, securing access to Venezuelan oil. He is backed up in case Tehran closes the Strait of Hormuz. So now, strategically speaking, the United States, right? They have a lot of advantage, and man, it's a lot. Honestly, I'm impressed because I see a lot of people commenting whenever there's any kind of war situation and so on. It's the end of times, and I'm convinced that unfortunately we're seeing a lot of things happening, right? A lot of things, thank you. Things we never imagined would happen. All this advancement of AI is a series of other things we see happening on the planet, violence and everything else, these wars. The peace agreements, right? We know that all of this was already foreseen, right? Not only in the Bible, but in the main religions of the planet. Yeah. Everything we see is a message too, right? For example, in The Economist cover. All of that is there, man. All of that is there. It's not a prediction, it's an agenda. It's an agenda. It's really worrying to think about the next few years, what's going to happen, right? And I'm following the news here. I'm going to bring, of course, news about Flamengo for you. But we can't avoid talking about this situation. Look, this is how the press in Brazil is reacting. Maduro captured by the United States Army elite troops. Venezuela says it doesn't know Maduro's whereabouts. According to the President of the United States, the Venezuelan leader was taken out of the country by air along with his wife. Venezuela's vice president says he doesn't know Maduro's whereabouts. Okay, that's it. Delta Force's missions include counterterrorism, hostage rescue, direct action, and reconnaissance, often against high-value targets. So what do we have here, huh? The Venezuelan government says it doesn't know the whereabouts of Nicolas Maduro or his wife, Celia Flores. Vice President Delcy Rodriguez on Saturday morning in an audio broadcast on state television. We demand immediate proof of life from President Nicolas Maduro and the first fighter, Celia Flores. You mean seriously, man? Like the United States has to follow that? The president, then, Donald Trump, confirmed the capture. The United States of America successfully carried out a large-scale attack against Venezuela and its leader, President Nicolas Maduro, captured along with his wife and taken out of the country by air, okay? According to Trump, the operation was carried out together with the American security forces. The president did not say where Maduro and his wife were taken. Trump also stated that more details about the operation will be presented during a press conference scheduled for 1 p.m. Brasilia time, 11 o'clock. Here from the United States, that's right, we saw images of bomber aircraft and everything else in Venezuela. There's a large-scale attack happening in Venezuela. Comment on that. Here, man, what do you think about all this? Is it the end of times? Is it just more proof that the end of times is coming? You agree, right? Yeah. Look, we have several situations here, from the doubled reward to the capture of Maduro. Understand the recent escalation of tensions between the United States and Venezuela, also reported on G1. Tensions began in August when the United States doubled the reward for Maduro's arrest to $50 million. Maduro was captured by American forces in the early hours of this Saturday. Okay? There's still a lot to happen. I'm going to enjoy reading your comments, and now I'll bring two important pieces of news here, right? Are you following the channel for Mango and Flamengo? Caio Jorge's issue, right? Flamengo's offer was rejected by Caio Jorge, according to Cruzeiro's director. Talking about that and making clear which players are of interest, so he can also talk here about the important matter of the name revealed for Flamengo's attack. A player there, a striker, right? A spectacular player there with a huge number of goals this season, a player from Sporting Lisbon. Information brought to the Portuguese journalist. We're going to bring everything here for you now to bring you some important information here. The vice president of Cruzeiro confirmed that the club from Minas Gerais rejected offers from Flamengo for Caio Jorge and considered the amounts too low. 32 million euros. The biggest offer for a soccer player, a forward, the biggest offer from a Brazilian club, right? People saying the offer was low, huh? Low amounts, is that it? The red and black team made offers, around 30 million euros according to the newspaper OGLOBO, right? For a standout forward in 2025, okay? The vice president of Cruzeiro, Pedro Jr., said the following. We understand that at this moment the amounts are relatively low for what he represents to the club. Top scorer of the Brazilian Championship and Copa do Brasil, a high-level young player. So we understand that the amounts offered by Flamengo are below what Cruzeiro expects. Pedrinho has referenced 50 million euros, calling 32 million euros the largest offer in Brazilian football history. A low amount is questionable. Huberti subtitles, Sonia Huberti. Subtitles by Sonia Ruberti, subtitles by Sonia Ruberti. So, Cruzeiro, making it clear that they are not selling anyone. Cruzeiro puts their foot down and says they are not selling players. They don't need to sell players. According to him, the offers were considered low, as we mentioned. Subtitles by Sonia Ruberti. Even though the name is highly regarded by Tite, it's not Cruzeiro that's interested in Cebolinha. Check this out, huh? Subtitles Ruberti, subtitles by Sonia Ruberti, subtitles Sonia Ruberti, subtitles Sonia Ruberti. But he didn't ask for it in this case because of the Caio Jorge situation. He didn't ask for any Flamengo player, according to Pedro Jr. So Flamengo had their offers rejected and the guy thought the amounts were too low. Actually, they don't want to sell and they're using this as an excuse. Subtitles by Sonia Ruberti. Subtitles by Sonia Ruberti was at the match against Gil Vicente yesterday. So we have here subtitles by Sonia Ruberti reporting that the player is of interest. Flamengo. Subtitles by Sonia Ruberti. Flamengo has identified Luis Suarez from Sporting as a potential reinforcement for Felipe Luis's team. Sporting does not intend to negotiate the player in this transfer window, so Sporting from Portugal does not intend to negotiate. But Flamengo can still make an offer and sign him. And they talk. Marcos Leonardo from Al Hilal is also subtitled by Sonia Ruberti, and I'm even going to get Luis Suarez here. Subtitle Sonia Ruberti. But it would depend on the situation. He would be a player for sporting profit, someone you sign and use without thinking about reselling him later. Subtitles by Sonia Ruberti, subtitles by Ruberti, subtitles by Sonia, subtitles by Sonia Ruberti, subtitles by Sonia Ruberti, subtitles by Sonia Ruberti. That's the type of player Felipe is looking for. A forward to compete with Pedro, a center forward. So Luis Suarez would be an option, not the Uruguayan, but the player from Sporting who is extremely well rated. According to the Portuguese press, that's the name Flamengo went to evaluate, but Sporting doesn't want to negotiate. Now it's about finding the high release clause. The guy is interested in playing for Flamengo. How much are they going to charge? In the event of a sale, Flamengo can pay here. The market value is 22 million euros, similar to what Flamengo offered for Caio Jorge.